Hello everyone, welcome to my weekly Facebook Live. I have a really cute little box to share with you today. We are making this box. I'm going to show you what's inside in just a minute. It's super cute. It's a patriotic box. If you're making treats for a July 4th party or barbecue or however you want to celebrate, this is a great one. And I'm going to show you what's inside in just a minute, but it's a really fun box. Lots of fun things on that box, including a lot of dies. I used a lot of dies for that one. But before we jump into our box, let's go over everything that's happening. We are still in June. We are kind of wrapping up June. Next week is the last week of June. So if you haven't taken advantage of any of these specials going on in June, next week is your last week to do it. One of the most amazing specials going on in June is the Starter Kit special. Right now you can join Stampin Up. You can become a Stampin Up demonstrator. You can earn a discount on all your products. You can earn all those demonstrator perks, including all the perks that I offer as part of my team. You can join it for only $99 and you get to choose 155 in product. That can be anything you want. Anything at all, from the catalog, from the clearance rack, from the online store, online exclusives, all of those. Anything you want for only $99. So it's a great, great deal. So if you have a long wish list, or maybe you want to restock all your colors from our color refresh, this is a great time to do it. So if you have questions about joining, or if you want to join, there's a link in the video description. You can always contact me if you ever have questions about joining. Our DSP paper sale is still going on. You save 15% on select DSPs. It is basically all of the DSPs except for the color family DSPs. And there are some amazing DSPs, so don't miss out on these DSPs. These are incredible DSPs, and they're 15% off, so they're a really great deal right now. And if you are shopping today, we have a free shipping special today. So for orders over $75 or more, you're going to get free shipping on your order, which is a significant savings. So if you are shopping, make sure to use that, take advantage of that free shipping special today only. You got to get orders in by like 11:50 p.m. Mountain Time. So make sure that you get those in by today if you want that free shipping. If you are shopping my online store for that free shipping, this is my June host code. All orders receive a PDF with 3 exclusive projects. Orders over $50 receive the make and take kit that coordinates with that. Today only, orders over $75 will receive that free shipping. And I am actually going to throw in 5 cards from my card basket. I have a overfilled card basket. They're cards that I've made for my blog, or just other cards that I've showcased on my blog, showcased here on Facebook Lives, all of those. So that's what's in my card basket. So if you order today, if you take advantage of that free shipping, if your order is over $75, I'm going to throw in 5 cards. I'm just going to pick 5 at random and throw them in with your make and take packet that I mail to you. Okay, so it's a great, great day to shop. If your order's over $150, don't use the host code. You're going to earn those Stampin' rewards. I'm still going to throw in those cards for you, though, along with your make and take kit. So this is what we're making today. If you are watching this on Facebook, I'd love it if you share it with your crafty friends, anybody who might like this. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. That really helps me out. All right, so what's inside this? So we're going to slide this belly band off. That's so cute. We're going to make that. And then inside is these little Debbie red, white, and blue cakes. So I found these at my local grocery store. Little Debbie does have a product locator where you can just put in your zip code and what product you're looking for, and it'll tell you where to find them in your area though. So if you can't find them in your area, go to that Little Debbie product locator and they will tell you where to find it. So we are going to make this today. These little cakes, like I said, these would be perfect for any little 4th of July celebration. These would also work great for maybe not so much the little these little cakes, but these boxes, you can switch up the colors and use it for like a graduation party, really anything. I think that would be a really cute. So we're gonna make this. So we're gonna start with our box. I'm gonna put this aside. We're gonna need that on my own, but I'm gonna start with my box, and I'm gonna need my Simply Scored. Now you're gonna need a piece of cardstock. You're gonna need a pretty big piece of cardstock. This is 9.5 by 8. So you're going to need basically almost a full sheet. You're just going to trim it down just a little bit. So on the 9.5 inch side, we are going to score it at 2, at 3 1/4, 5.5, and 6 3/4. All of the measurements are in the video description, so don't worry about writing anything down. You can check the video description, and they'll also be on my blog in just a little bit. All right, on that 8-inch side, oh, you guys, you know what? I messed up. I scored the wrong sides. Okay, hold on. We're gonna get another piece of cardstock. Let me put my Simply Scored tool away. We're gonna get our paper trimmer out, and we're gonna start this all over again. So, I am using a piece of Azure Afternoon cardstock, and we need to trim it. Let me see if I can trim this to the right. Okay, so trim it to 9.5 by 8. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay, 9.5 by 8. Put those aside. This is what we want. You can do trimming on your paper trimmer. I've done that many times, or can do scoring on your paper trimmer. But for boxes, I get better results when I use my Simply Scored. So I do like to pull out my Simply Scored for boxes. Okay, let's try that again. On the 8-inch side, we are going to make those score lines at 2, 3 1/4, 5 1/2, and 6 3/4. Okay, there we go. That is the 8-inch side. On the 9-inch side, we are going to score it at 1 1/4 and 2 1/2 on each side. So that side, and then we're going to rotate it all the way around and do 1 1/4 and 2 1/2. And now our box will go together much easier. Okay. Let's put our Simply Scored aside. Thank goodness I have everything nice and handy right next to me, right? Just grab another piece of paper. All right, so we are just going to burnish on all of those score lines. And go through. There's no fancy score lines here. We didn't do any diagonal or anything, so just burnish on the straight score lines. Okay, so let's take this belly band off. We're going to look at how this box is assembled. It's going to make a little bit more sense. So this is, you have, when you're holding it in that 9-inch landscape side or 9.5-inch landscape side, you have a bigger piece up here and a smaller one down here. This bigger piece is going to be that front flap. So we have like a kind of double flap box here. Does that make sense? So this bigger piece is that bigger flap. So we are going to, I'm going to actually flip it over so I can trim it. We're going to cut down, we're going to cut straight on those score lines in this big middle section here. And we're going to cut off these 2 side rectangles on these. Okay. Cut those right off, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. So go straight up that score line, and then we're going to cut these off. All right. Okay, and we are going to do the same on this side too. This is going to be that bottom flap that folds over, so we're going to do the same on this side. We are going to cut those off. So we're basically just cutting the 2 squares off of all 4 corners to start with. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so this is what we have so far. We've cut off the squares on the corner. Now these middle sections, you have like a square, and then a rectangle. These middle sections, these outside ones, are going to be the flaps that fold in from this side. So we want to keep those. So we're going to cut straight down that score line. I don't know, I'm having trouble seeing these score lines today. I don't know. Usually on cardstock it's pretty easy, but I don't know. Who knows? Okay, so we're going to keep those, and then we're just going to cut the little squares off of these tabs. We don't need those. And then we're going to notch in on these tabs. These little tabs are going to fold in, and that's what's going to make our box. I nearly cut my finger there. Man, this Facebook Live is like unraveling fast. So cut the corners off of those tabs. These are going to be folded in. These don't have to be pretty because they're going to be, nobody's going to see them. They're all going to be folded in. So that's what one side looks like. So we're going to do the exact same thing to the other side. So we're going to trim up that score line on either side of that middle rectangle piece. Okay, I'm just going to fold this down. I think that's going to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to do that. Come here. There we go. I'm trying to make sure I didn't cut myself with the scissors. I did grab my finger, but I don't think I actually cut myself. Paper snips do make a difference. If you're using just your, regular office scissors, grab yourself some paper snips on your next order. They are very sharp and they do make a huge difference when you are cutting boxes and stuff like this, and especially when you're fussy cutting. Okay, so this is what your box should look like. So we cut off those big corners, we cut off the little squares here, and then we notched in on the tabs. Now to make everything look just a little bit fancier, I'm going to go in and with a corner rounder punch, just any corner rounder punch you have, and I'm just going to, any little flap that's going to be folded in for the box, we are just going to round those corners, and that's just going to give it a nice finished, elegant little look there. All right, a couple more here, and we are done. So this is your box completely trimmed up, okay? Super fun. It's going to be a really fun box. Okay, flip it over, and we are going to add adhesive. I'm using my Stampin' Seal Plus. You can use liquid adhesive, you can use the Tombow, you can use tear and tape, whatever is super strong. And I am only putting adhesive on those 4 tabs that we notched in. All right, so you're going to line up the score line with the cut edge all the way around, and this is going to make our box. Okay, all the way around. Tuck that one in. Perfect. So there is our little box, and it should hold our little patriotic cakes perfectly. There we go. So our sides fold in, the little front folds up, and then the top folds down. Isn't that a cute box? Now you can fit a bunch of things in here. You can definitely fit, if you're doing this for like a graduation thing, you could definitely, a graduation gift, you can put some money in there. Maybe a gift card. I think it's a little too narrow for a gift card. Oh, but you know what? A gift card will fit just perfectly. So you can fit some gift cards in there. So this would be a great little thing to make for a graduation. Okay, so this is our box. So we have our box. So let's do our belly band. So I'm going to slide my belly band back on to my box so we know what we're doing. We're going to start with all the elements before we actually wrap our belly band. So I'm going to set this aside. So let me, I've already done all the die cutting in advance. So for our little label here, I have from our Nested Essentials die, or what are they called? Let me get the dies out. They are really good dies. Nested Essentials dies. Oh, I was right. So I have the second largest of this little banner piece here. And then I'm using the 2 middle-sized of this fun little shape here. I don't have them in here. My daughter's helping with class prep. We're going to use those for them. But I've die cut those. So this one, the larger one is out of Boho Blue. And then I have 2 out of Sweet Sorbet. And so I cut the next smallest one out of Sweet Sorbet. And then I ran one of them through our Dots and Spots folder to give it a little bit of extra texture. And then finally, the last die set that I used, I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Hang on, I wanted to show you because I love this die set. It's my favorite. And I can't find it. All right, it's the Give It a Whirl dies. And I have die cut 6 stars from that. So 2 of each size. They come in like they die cut 3 at a time. So you just have to run it through twice. All right, and then I have one more piece, just a scrap of white. And I believe this is about 5/8 by 2.5. And we are going to stamp on that. So let's do all of our inkings. So I'm going to move this Boho Blue one out of the way, and I'm going to move my stars out of the way. We're going to do some stamping. So the stamp sets that I'm using 2 different stamp sets for our greeting. I'm using the Good Feelings stamp set. We're using this Hooray down here. I love this one for like any kind of celebratory card that I make. And then I'm using the Inked and Tiled. The only one I'm using from here is this little like abstract kind of stripey look. I like that one a lot, and I thought that one was really fun. So let's start with our blue. We're going to stamp in Azure Afternoon, and the only thing that we're stamping is the greeting. Now I would recommend that, because this is a cling, I'd recommend that you stamp it first and then trim it. Because it's a cling, you can't see exactly where you're stamping. So stamp it first and then just trim it out. Oh, I did pretty good. Whew. That is, whew. All right, one thing went right. All right, so let's put that away. And then for our Sweet Sorbet, I am going to grab out a piece of scratch paper, and we're going to do some stamping on our little white banner piece. And I'm just going to add some stripes to this. I really like the abstract look of this. I think it's really fun. And if the stripes overlap a little bit, that's okay. It's kind of like an abstract look anyway. So we're going to go just like above half, just barely above half. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to use that same stripe stamp set, or same stripe stamp, and I'm going to stamp all over this, this little shape that we made with the little dots and spots dies and the nested essentials die. So it's just going to add some stripes on tone on there. It'll be really fun. Now this one's going to go right under the dots and spots dies, but I want it to stand out a little bit more. So I am going to take my blending brush and the same ink, and I'm just going to kind of ink this up just a little bit. It's just going to make the bottom layer just a little bit darker, and it's just going to stand out a little bit more. So you can, hopefully you can see this side is a little bit darker, the one that we've inked. I'm not sure the camera's going to pick it up that well, but in person there's a definite difference, and it just helps it stand out just a little bit more. All right, that is it for our ink. So let's put that away. Put that away. I'll put my scrap paper away. Okay, so let's start assembling this thing up. I'm going to grab some mini dimensionals for this. We're going to stick this onto the other one, the ink blended one. So I'm just going to go through, just add a couple dimensionals on here. And now these are cut with the same die from the nested essentials, so they're going to be exactly the same size. So just go ahead and line one up. You can see the difference. I hope you can see the difference in color there. So you're going to be able to see those dots through it's just going to make them stand out a little bit more. All right, there we go. And the dimension 2 helps a lot too. All right, that's on there. And then we're going to stick this one onto our boho blue. That's going to go right on here. And I'm going to stick this one on. Now you could use dimensionals for all of these because this is a box, so it's not like you have to mail it or anything. This one's going to go just kind of right of center, just like that. Now for our greeting, I'm just going to go through and flag the little ends here. You can use your banners pick-a-punch or a square punch that you might have, or anything that you use to make banners. I'm just going to grab my scissors and just make a quick little banner there. This one we are going to pop up on dimensionals. So I'm going to grab my regular dimensionals, a couple in the middle there. This is going to hang off a little bit on the side, so don't go too far over. And then just stick this up there, just like that. So cute, right? All right, now let's talk about our belly band. So I am using the Brights DSP pack. Now this is actually one, oh, look, I had my Give It a Whirl dies right there. They were right next to me. So I use these star dice for that. Oh my goodness, you guys. So this one is actually not one of the ones that's on sale, the Brights DSP, but the color groups are a great DSP to have. Now, they only come in 6x6. So this is not going to wrap all the way around our belly band. So what we're going to do is wrap it around so it meets in the front, and then we're just going to attach this piece on top and bring it all together. So just kind of set your box on what you think is about middle, and just pinch those edges to bring it up, just like that. It's only going to overlap a little bit, maybe like half an inch, quarters of an inch on the top, but that's okay. We don't need it to overlap a lot. Okay, so we're going to go through, and I'm just using my bone folder just to further enforce those pinched lines, and I'm making sure when I do that, I'm making sure that the sides are straight, so we know that our belly band is nice and straight. Okay, so this is going to go on just like this. So I'm actually going to use liquid glue for this. You can use glue dots. You want to be a little bit precise with this because if you get adhesive on this part, you're going to glue your whole box completely closed. So I am going to use liquid glue, and I am only putting just a little bit on the little peaks of the top and the bottom because that's the only part that's even going to overlap. So, and I'm going to just kind of center that onto my box, just like that. Now I'm going to carefully slide this off. So that top one stuck pretty good. I'm going to have to put it back on to get that bottom to stick. Oh my goodness, it's all falling apart. You guys, when I make these projects all by myself, I have no problems. They just go right together. Okay, I give that a little press, and hopefully that takes. Just make sure that it's not stuck down to your box, okay? All right, I think we're okay. Let's add our stars. So we have those 6 stars, and I cut these out of the Boho Blue. It's the In Color Luster paper, so it's got a little bit of a shine to it, which is fun. That is in the specialty section of the papers. There's also, so that has all the In Colors. That has all the new In Colors in this kind of luster paper, which is really fun. They also have a glimmer paper for the other In Colors. If you'd rather have the other In Colors, they also have a specialty paper for those too. So I'm just using my liquid glue. Glue dots would work well for these too. I'm just kind of going around and adding stars all over the, you know, I'm going to switch this one. I'm going to put the smaller one up here, there, and then I'm going to put this bigger one down here. There we go. Like that, and then I have one more small one to put over here. All right, so lots of fun stars, and there you can see like the shine on there. That's very fun. The luster paper is very, very cool. All right, one more finishing touch for our box. These are the iridescent pastel gems in our annual catalog, and I'm going to use some of these. I really love these gems. They're so pretty, but they're a little bit big for cards, I think. So I love pulling them out when I have a 3D box because they work great for that. So I'm using the blue shade. You could also use the white shade. This is, I think, Calypso Coral, but I think depending on which red you use, I think it might coordinate well. So, but just a few of those, and your little 4th of July patriotic box is all ready. So I'm going to finish letting the glue set up on that one. So I'll open this one. So inside we have those really fun little Debbie cakes in there, and that belly band just slides off. So remember, you can always customize this to school colors, make this a fun graduation gift. I think this would be a fun little graduation box too. All right, guys, that is it. Don't forget, if you are shopping that free shipping special today, you have only one day, and get your orders in by about 11:50 p.m. Mountain Time. If you are shopping my online store, please use this host code. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Thank you guys so much. I'll be back next week. I have a really, really cute project next week. I think, you know, I have it right here. You guys want to see a little sneak peek of it? So that's what we're going to make next week. It is super cute. I can't wait to share that one with you guys. So join me next week for Facebook Live, and I will see you guys later. Bye.